I feel like Anastasia in the Grey's pleasure room. As you know, my favorite rock band is not Motley Crue. It is, of course. I am literally closing down TEBE Studio UK. Hello beautiful people, my name is Gabe from TEBE Studio UK.
TEBE Studio UK.
I made it finally, I made it. This video is the Q&A video that you were waiting for a while. Actually this one is a Q&A video, but is also an informative video about the future of TEBE Studio UK, this very YouTube channel. But come on, let's start with the questions because I know you're waiting for it. So, the first question comes from Instagram and it's from Darius Darkwing. Let's read it together. Would you like to tell us why you look like you are 27 and why it is related to a really healthy diet? Hey, I am flattered by your question. As a matter of fact, for those who don't know my age, I am 43. You probably know I grew up with a proper Italian Mediterranean diet. It's me, Mario, Luigi, no. Which developed in another diet I'm having for almost, probably more than 5 years now. Which is of course the vegan diet. And let's go with the second question. This question is from RDM Company and it comes from Instagram as well. The question is, how many cats do you have? Well, I must admit, physically, no, I don't have any cat. But in my heart I have one, which is TEBE, the one my studio's name is after. Let's go on the third question. Let's read it together. What was the first metal group you got into? What's your guilty pleasure, music or otherwise? How do you like England? This question is from Lucky Pork Beans 4504. What a strange name. And it comes from YouTube. Let's try to answer your question. So, the first question, what was the first metal group you got into? Well, back in the days, talking about, the 90s, the cassette days, I stumbled across a cassette an older friend of mine gave me. That cassette was X Factor, not the TV show, X Factor by Iron Maiden. It is not of course the best album from Maiden, but it got a place in my heart for this reason. I'm actually more linked to the second cassette I received, which was the Black Album by Metallica. You probably see why. Now your second question is, what's your guilty pleasure, music or otherwise? Well, I must admit that music is actually my guilty pleasure. Once people don't look at me, I always play an instrument. If you place me in a music room, I feel like Anastasia in the Grey's pleasure room. I never watched the movie or read the book, but I can imagine the topic. And now your third question, how do you like England? That's a question I will answer later. You will understand why. Right, we got another question from a friend of mine, which is asking me, let's read it together. Which is your favorite rock band and why Motley Crue? This question comes from my friend Theo from 5 Ways to Nowhere. As you know, my favorite rock band is not Motley Crue at all. It is of course 5 Ways to Nowhere. Guys, you gotta check them out. I'm gonna leave their YouTube channel in the info box down below. Let's read together the next question. How many musical instruments do you play? This question comes from Elisa Pilotti Drummer, a great friend of mine, from her YouTube channel. Well, let's try to give you an answer. As you probably know, Elisa, and you guys, I do play several instruments. Mainly I play guitar, as it was the first instrument I learned when I was 5 years old. But then after that I started to sing clean, that then developing screaming vocals. Then I approached the drums, then the bass, and lately-ish the piano. Fun fact is the only certification I got is the piano, is the level 1 piano, the last instrument I've ever tried to learn. Let's read together the next question. Who is that beautiful woman you're married to? She's so smart and brilliant. Apart from jokes, how did you develop the screaming? This question of course comes from my wife, Hel, which is called Vex Sabbath on Instagram, and also here on her YouTube channel. That beautiful woman I'm married to is not only a good cook to healthily support my vegan diet, my partner in crime, my partner in life, she's also a talented singer. You know what? I'm gonna create a playlist of YouTube videos I made with her. You're gonna find it in the info box down below. To answer to your second question, well, I kinda developed my screaming technique basically by luck. Yes, you heard it well. I was partying in a nightclub in Turin, where I come from, at the beginning of the 2000s. I remember the decibels were far too loud and they were playing The Beautiful People by Marilyn Manson. I was singing along, literally screaming out loud, when all of a sudden I heard that something, happened to my voice during the chorus. When you say, "Hey you, what did you see?" It went so smoothly distorted that I understood this is how screaming feels like inside your body. The day after, I went to the garage I was using as rehearsal space with my band. One of my first band was called Evil Presage, and I tried to apply the same technique to Spirit Crusher by Death while playing my guitar. And well, the rest is history. I can definitely make a whole video related to this topic. If you want it, just let me know in the comment box down below. Now, let's read the next question together. What is the reason that drives you to distort songs and make them sound better? Which song have you remade in a metal version that you like the most from a compositional point of view? This is a question that is very difficult to answer, and it comes from Umberto Ronco YouTube channel. I made with Umberto a very nice cover of You Can Leave Your Eton. Again, each link is gonna be in the info box down below. I don't wanna mess up things here with cards and stuff because it's more confusing. Listen to the answers and then you can check all the links. Well, to answer your first question, what is the reason that drives you to distort songs? Well, as far as I remember, since the first days, for my very first band, the first song that we actually played was a cover, but not a normal cover. Whiplash or Welcome to the Jungle or something like that. No, that cover was the theme song from a cartoon that was very, very famous in the 90s. It's called Rugrats. Do you remember it? It happens that also the name of the band was called after the cartoon itself. So my very first band was called Rugrats, and it came from a cover. Then with other band, the band that I mentioned before, Evil Presage, we also cover the Beautiful theme. You remember Beautiful, the famous soap opera, very famous in the 90s. Well, it's still going on now. I don't know, it's 40 years. So I think I always had TEBE Studio's motto in my mind: everything sounds better when metal. So it is basically like asking me why I started to play guitar. I don't remember, I was too young. Well, and then answering your second question is kinda challenging. There are 3 ways to answer this question: the poetical one, the technical one, and the musician one. So the first one, the poetical one, is the first cover I ever made here on my channel, which is actually Domination by Pantera. I didn't have to do that cover, I did it and then everything started from there. Let's say without the first one, I couldn't actually get to where I am now, isn't it? The technical one is all the Disney covers I made so far, but one in particular, Let It Go in 10 different metal styles. I don't think I have to explain why playing 10 different music styles are challenging to play, correct? Anyway, I'm gonna leave the link in the info box down below as well. And the third one, the musician one, well, I need to prepare myself for that. Hey dude, of course my last album is the best one I ever made. And it makes sense in a way, because of course each video, you have the willingness to do better and better and better. In particular when you are a growing YouTube channel like mine. I can't believe that was the last question that I received. That was very challenging to answer. But now let's get to this section here. I call this section conclusion and how do you like England, to answer the question I haven't replied before. Why am I mixing the conclusion with one of your questions? How do you like England? Well, I am literally closing down TEBE Studio UK as recording studio open to artists. Maybe you do not know, but I do run a proper studio where I do record local artists as well as my productions. The reason is simple and is linked to the question you asked me before. It is because me and my wife Hel, Sabbath, are moving from Rugby in a smaller place down south the coast of England. So the place is gonna be smaller and I will not have room enough to accommodate a proper recording studio. And to be 100% honest with you guys, there is even a chance I need to stop my music cover for a while. But do not worry, I will be back in due course. And I will always keep releasing my shorts format Guess the Song from the Drums.
Guess the song from the drums.
So keep following the channel. I may be releasing other vlogs. I wanna keep you updated because, you know, for August I will stop doing long format videos, but you're gonna have the shorts video, and I will probably start back from September to release new video, but I don't know when from September. It can be the beginning of September, it can be middle of September, or maybe moving actually in October. We will see. I still don't know. I will keep you updated with vlogs as much as I can. But in any case, if you like what I did so far and what I will do in the future, please consider subscribing to my Patreon page. You're gonna find the list of all the beautiful people here, the link there, and the link in the info box down below. And also you're gonna have another link there, right there, where I explain why I need your support on Patreon. And let me say this thing for the last time in this room. As usual, if you enjoyed the video, do not forget to smash a big like, to comment down below, to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the future for many more videos. Cheers!
Game!
As it was the first instrument, as it was mainly I play guitar. The first instrument, as it was the first instrument, as it was the first instrument, as it was the first instrument.
TEBE Studio UK.